someone could mess up this much, but the White House is in complete denial.
Good news, we've saved Christmas.
Time for a reality check. Biden's the Grinch who stole the COVID recovery. Omicron ripping through the country. Cases in vaccinated areas, if you've been vaxxed, mild. He tried to ease Americans' fears about COVID this week with a new plan for more testing, vaccination sites, and deploying military medical personnel after his mandates caused a shortage. But instead, all he did this week was scare everybody.
If you're not fully vaccinated, you have good reason to be concerned. You're at a high risk of getting sick. We should all be concerned about Omicron, but not panicked.
Newsflash, telling people to worry is how you create panic. Americans from New York to Washington this week waited up to 7 hours in lines to get tested, and at-home tests nowhere to be found. But don't put the blame on Joe, people.
What's your message to Americans who are trying to get tested now and who are not able to get tested and who are wondering what took so long to ramp up testing?
Come on, what took so long? What happened was the Omicron virus spread even more rapidly than anybody thought.
Nothing says jolly holiday season like one of Joe's come on mans. The Grinch stole Christmas gifts with the supply chain mess. People unable to get their Christmas gifts in time. Some of them can, some can't. But now Joe says the supply chain crisis never happened. A huge backlog at ports, though, causing shortages and price hikes for everything from pet food to alcohol to candy canes. Some of the biggest toy drive charities say supply chain issues are going to be affecting their ability to give this year. After all, Joe did tell us he couldn't guarantee Christmas gifts would come on time.
Now, I can't promise that every person will get every gift they want on time. Only Santa Claus can keep that promise.
You hear that, America? Blame Santa Claus for kids not getting their Christmas gifts in time this year. I guess we should blame Santa, too, for everything being so expensive. A lot of Americans can't afford them. No, the Grinch stole your dollar. Everything at the Dollar Tree went up to $1.25. Pizza shops in New York now raising the prices for the New York classic $1 pizza. Inflation completely erasing Americans' wages, still at an almost 4-decade high. There's no room for Americans to breathe. Joe's just pulling the rug out from under you. The Grinch also stole public safety, a crime wave just rocking the country. Smash and grabs destroying and bankrupting small businesses throughout the U.S. Shootings, homicides, all up. A town in Mississippi had to cancel their Christmas parade because of a massive increase in shootings. And liberals, their concerns over COVID, just let nearly 5,000 inmates free. So while crimes rise, we're just putting more criminals out on the streets. The Grinch stole border safety. Illegals just pouring through the open borders. Cartels making boatloads of money while bringing in millions of drugs. Just like fentanyl, which is contributing to America's drug epidemic, killing thousands, tens of thousands. America's worst newspaper even calling Biden out on this. The editorial board wrote of the Washington Post, Joe's inconsistent policies and incoherency are to blame for the soaring migrant death toll and the border crisis because he just gave the green light for migrants to come right in. But yet it's harder for necessities like oil to come in because the Grinch stole oil. He waged an attack on U.S. oil and gas production. Joe canceled the Keystone Pipeline this year. Over 11,000 U.S. jobs vanished like that into thin air. Then he made us look weak while he begged OPEC for more oil, and they turned him down. And now gas prices still high, even reached up to $8 a gallon in some parts of the country. Disgraceful. The Grinch stole parents' rights to their kids' education. Joe got the FBI to threaten parents for speaking out about their kids being taught things like you're racist, CRT. The White House colluded with the school boards and drafted the letter with them that the AG got, and then all just a huge setup to call parents domestic terrorists and get the FBI to go after them just to stop them from speaking out. The Grinch stole the media. He begged mainstream media outlets this year to give him better coverage. The media could not help, just starting to point out all the failures. Joe cracked, demanded they make them look better. The Grinch and his army of liberal hacks also stealing everything, leave with nothing, basically. Joe said this week the plan's to run again in 2024 if he's healthy. Talk about non-committal. But there's hope on the horizon. The new year is just days away. And with 2022 comes the midterms. The left already dealt a major blow with the red wave this year, resulting in victories like Virginia. The red wave's only getting stronger every minute, and this coming year, Republicans can take it all back. America's strong. America's resilient. One thing we'll never lose is hope and optimism.
Let me offer lesson number one about America. All great change in America begins at the dinner table. As long as we remember our first principles and believe in ourselves, the future will always be ours.
Enjoy your Christmas with your family, and we look forward to all the good coming in the new year. Here with reaction, Fox News contributors and co-authors of the new book, All American Christmas, Sean and Rachel Campos Duffy.